So this will be a very hard Boxing Day game, but let's see what we can, hopefully we can give it a good shot and get 3 points. Hello and welcome to the video. I hope you are doing well. Sheffield Wednesday are playing Coventry City away and we really need to get all 3 points. It was such a hammer blow that we didn't get all 3 points versus Cardiff. I thought we outplayed them, but again, it was the case of don't take your chances. You're not going to be able to win games, and that was basically the case we had. Didn't take our chances. A game went away from us and they got their chance and they took them really well. So let's have a look at the team sheet for Wednesday today. Some people are going to be annoyed that Dawson is not dropped. Well, that's what it is. Let's start with Coventry. Coventry start with Collins, Banu, Thomas, Kitchen, Bidwell, Eagles, Liberian, O'Hare, Shakazuma, Sakamoto, that's it, Wright, and Gooden, Wilson, Binks, De Silva, McFadden, Fezzen, I think that's how you say, Kelly, Allen, Sims, Ari, and Palmer are all on the bench for them. Wednesday, go with this starting lineup of Dawson, Palmer, Diaby, Bernard, Femewo, Volt, Patterson, Byers, Bannon, Johnson, Cadamartri. The subs are Vaqued, Valentine, Awikwe, Sequela, who's part of the youth team setup. He was one of, I think he's the Brazilian lad we signed at the start of the season. Bakison, Poofy, hopefully see if he gets on. Gassama, Masaba, Fletcher. Interesting resting both Gassama and Masaba on this one, because it'll be interesting what he does there. They have played a lot of games, those two, between them, especially Masaba, so probably break is needed for him. But let's see what happens. In the preview, I said that they've been very good at home and we're going to have to play some very good football to see if we can get all 3 points. It will be a tough game. There is no doubt about it. So let's see how we do today. Hopefully get all 3 points, but it's going to be a tough one. And let's see which Sheffield Wednesday turns up. If the Cardiff game was anything like we had a lot of the ball and should have been out of sight with the chances, well, this is an interesting one. Coventry has had a lot of the possession and they've been really well played. We've looked a little bit hungover from the Christmas period. And if you actually look at the whole thing as a whole, they've had 3 shots and we've had 3 shots. They've had 1 shot on target and they scored. We'll talk about it in a minute. We've had 1 shot on target. They've had 63% possession to have 37, 280 passes. But they've taken the chances. We both have three corners each. But the problem is this game going forward has been us just having to sit back a little bit and soak up a bit of pressure. But the turning point in this first half was when Callum Patterson got a massive blow to the head from a clearance and he just went down. It poleaxed him. It really did. And you're thinking, right, we go down to 10 men because it's a concussion. We have to make a sub anyway. Gassama comes on for Patterson, but then they're building a lot of pressure, getting forward. They get the ball into the box, and the shot he takes is guffed. It hits the ground and loops, and Dawson couldn't really do anything about it. But again, the man's open. Their little Japanese maestro is completely open. You're like, we really need to be better at defending things like that, and we just weren't. I'm afraid it was just bad defending. But a lot of the pressure have been from Coventry. They've been all over them. And I'll be honest with you, they should be at least probably 2-0 up because they played well for the lead. We'd had flashes of chances, but nothing really. You got Bailey up top who tried to do a lot of work. And we've done lots of intricate back heels in the box, but nothing's really come off. And it just feels like we've got to change something at half time. Bambo Diaby at the back, I will say, has been absolutely fantastic. He's been clearing everything, trying to get himself into position to make sure they don't get forward. He's been very angry at his own back line to just tell him, what the hell are you doing? Come on, let's do better than this. You've seen Palmer pointing and shouting at some players to push forward, keep going, not sitting back. When we've had corners, they've been a little bit wasteful. Couple didn't beat the first man. We just lack a little bit of energy. We lack a little bit of energy, a little bit of just trying to get forward a little bit. That Van Icken is very good. You look at that, right? He's doing really well. He's really starting to push on for him. And the thing is, you look at what we've done so far. It's been okay, but it's nothing really to write home about because we've been really struggling to get the ball. They kept that ball ever so well this half, and we struggled to try and get it. And when we have got it, we lost it or given the ball away too easily. So we really need to kick on in the second half, possibly make some changes, see what happens. But at half time, we are 1-0 down, and that is not what we need right now. We could do with a good win over this festive period. But you got to remember the games we've got coming up, they're very tough games. Could have been the worst time to get those games in the festive period when we're massively needing points ASAP. But let's see what happens in the second half. So, in the second half, played a lot better football. We looked a little bit better, pressing a little bit more, trying to get forward. But it just, nothing stuck today. Nothing stuck. The passes never stuck. We were doing a lot of pressing, but I think when we lost passing, we lost a little bit of something. And the thing is, you're looking at this and you're going, we really could have done with going for this. Now, it was better performance in the second half, much better, but it was just lacking that finishing touch. There was a chance where we had 2 or 3 shots all cleared off the line. And when that happened, you kind of had that whole thing going, it's not going to be our day today, is it? You just could tell it wasn't going to be our day. And you're thinking, what the hell do we need to do here? Because it's such a shame that we just couldn't get it going. And to make matters worse, right near the end, they get a man sent off with Liam Kitchen. We get Bambo Diaby sent off as well, which don't help. They do go 2-0 up as well. Sakamoto again with another goal right near the end. And that was it. The only thing that was good to see was Joey Poofy getting his debut. Looked, they couldn't really do too much, let's be honest with you. There's not a lot he could have done at all. But right at the end, 2 going down, 2 red card. We lack quality. We lack squad depth to try and do it. And this is the thing we got. We lack all those things. Now, if you look at stats, if you go with stats again, 9 shots to their 2 on target, 11 and 2. We've had 11 shots and 2 on target. That's ridiculous. More possession for them. Better pass possession. Both teams go down to 10 men right near the end. Now, here's the annoying thing about this now. Because of results that have gone against us today. Rotherham, as it stands, I think that game's still going, have won 1-0. They got all 3 points at home against Middlesbrough. That means both us and Rotherham are stuck on 16 points. QPR 20, Stoke are now on 24. Huddersfield have got all 3 points today, so that puts them on 25. What they normally say is where you are at Christmas is normally where you finish the league. And sadly, where we are is not where you want to finish the league. We are going to have one hell of a January transfer window to get out of there. Even that probably not going to help us. We're going to be relying on too much. And the thing is, you look at that Christmas period running, I wasn't confident to start with. I really, really wasn't. I was very like, oh, what we're going to do here. So far in the run up to the Christmas period, we've lost 2. So we got a potential of 6 points lost. Our next game is Preston North End on the 29th. And then it's also Hull City after that. And you're now looking at it going, what are we going to be able to get out of this? We could have a period in this. We could definitely have a period in this run up to the end of the year where we pick up 0 points. I can definitely see us in a scenario where 0 points is something we possibly get. And that's not something I want us to do. We need all the points we can get. But it's difficult. It's very, very difficult to get all the 3 points that we needed. Today, it was a case of second half much better, but just nothing clinical. We lack a little bit of quality. We lack a little bit of depth. You can't really rely on an 18-year-old to be up top to get you off to be your main goal striker either. So we're gonna need to properly knuckle in and hopefully get something. But again, I had it on here that someone turned around and said in the comment section that don't be disappointed when we get relegated. I predicted at the start of the season that I'd just take survival to start the season, literally, and I got told that was ambitious and stuff like that. It's like I wasn't being unambitious. I was being realistic. I didn't think we had the squad depth at the start of the season. I thought the way everything started, we'd be surviving just. Yes, there've been a run of games where we looked good and it looked like we were turning a point. But then you get into these games where it's back to back and we're struggling. We're struggling with a little bit of injury. We're struggling with a little bit. The big thing we're missing is quality. So even if we have a good transfer window, you've got to pray that they all work together and get in and work well. But at the end of the day, it's another loss. It's a loss we could have done without out, but it is what it is. There's nothing we can do about it. We have to go back to the drawing board and get ourselves ready for Preston. But good win for Coventry. They needed that. That's now put Coventry in 13th place. They could possibly go on a run to the playoffs. They're not far off. A couple of wins and teams above them start dropping out. They could do it. So fair play to Coventry. Better team on the day. Lacked any quality. They killed us in the first half. Second half we were much better, but we didn't have the clinicalness to get anything. So thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your Boxing Day. Don't let the football affect your mindset too much. We go again on the 29th versus Preston away, and we just see what we can do.